Good afternoon, everyone. It's November 8th, 2018. So, I've always been amazed of the pride people have when they call themselves law-abiding citizens. Seriously. I've always been amazed by that because, these people are bragging about being obedient to their slave masters while their slave masters break the very laws that are imposed upon them. This is why I have very little respect for those who call themselves law-abiding citizens. No, you're not only law-abiding citizens, you are dupes. You are dupes in the highest order. I know it's not a popular thing for a person to say, but god damn it, I'm not on this fucking channel to become popular. I'm on here to tell the truth, and that's it. I don't really fucking care how many subscribers I get. I really don't fucking care how much money I make. I believe in delayed gratification. Okay? Right now, sure, I'm not doing all that well financially. However, through my efforts, that will be a thing of the past. So I don't, it's not something that's really all that important to me. But what is important to me is getting the idea across that if you obey the gun laws of this country and many others, you are a dupe. If you live in California and you only have a 10-round mag, you are a dupe. If you live in New York and you obey those gun laws there in New York, you are a dupe. Because the police, the police commissioner, the governor, the mayor of New York, they're all fucking committing crimes. And you are obeying them like a bunch of suckers. And that's what you are. A bunch of suckers. Sucking the dicks of these politicians. I know. I know. It's a very, very unpopular thing to say. You know, like Mark Dice and Alex Jones and, you know, those people who fancy themselves as, how'd it go? If you're listening to this broadcast, you are the resistance. No. No, you're not. You're not the resistance. The resistance is filled with criminals. The resistance doesn't obey ridiculous laws. I've gone over just how ridiculous some of the laws are. They're still on the books. They're still laws. So if you don't obey them, you are a fucking criminal in the eyes of the government. You know, in some states, it's legal to marry a little girl. And if you don't honor that, you are a criminal. In some states, it's acceptable to fuck your horse. And if you don't honor that, if you don't believe that's right, you are a fucking criminal. Man, what is going on with you people? Have you not a smidgen of logic in your minds? See, I could have dedicated myself to spouting mainstream sensibilities. I could have. I could have made a channel about, I don't know, about weed strain reviews or new music reviews, and they would have gotten lots and lots of fucking subscribers, and they would have gotten lots and lots of views, but it's just not that important to me. What is important, though, is the condition and the mental conditioning of this country and the people in it. You went through How many years of school, how many hours sitting in that desk hearing the political ideologies of your moronic teachers? I mean, these people are going to use last night's shooting to further stifle your rights. And we don't even know if it actually happened. We don't even know if anyone really died. The same with the Jew synagogue there in Philadelphia, in Schittsburg. We don't know. We weren't there, were we? All we have to go on is the word of a bunch of people none of us know. Why should we trust what they say? Why? I can't think of a single reason. Because they're victims? We don't know if they're victims. As Brian over there at High Impact Vlogs pointed out, there were people there from the Vegas shooting. How likely is that? What is the probability? I would tell you very, very minute. The probability of a person being at 2 mass shooting events in their lifetimes is very, very minute. And that's what we should be basing our decisions on, probability. And I used to work at a golf course there in Michigan called The Dream. And I loved that job. It was one of my favorite jobs. And I was the person that set up the course every day. And I really liked that job, and it paid shitty. My favorite job was the shittiest paying job I had. That should tell you about how much I care for money. Well, we had to edge the bunkers. They're the sand traps there. And every time a golfer would come, all the rest of the guys would move out of the way, fearful of being hit by a golf ball. And I had to explain to them that the probability was very, very minute that they would be hit by a golf ball, because it's one small ball among many, many, many feet and acres of land. So the probability of being hit by one of them golf balls was almost nothing, unless, of course, the golfers intentionally aimed at you. And even then, it's really still a small probability that they would be able to hit you with that golf club and golf ball. And that's why you should base your decisions on what is the probability of X, Y, or Z happening if I do A, B, or C. You should really weigh that out and then decide. For example, say you want a new gun, and you're a little worried about the government knowing you have this gun. Well, you have to ask yourself, what is the probability of them ever finding out that I have this gun if I buy it on the down low? Well, I'll tell you, the probability is very, very low, unless you end up using that gun. If you're going to buy a gun like that, you should probably put away for that special day. You know, the day we're all waiting for. You should be putting guns away, putting guns and ammo back like you're a madman. You're going to need these guns and ammo. You're going to need your weapons. I promise you this. I promise. And I don't make fucking promises very often. I promise you're going to need these things, because these people want your head in a guillotine. Now, I talk a lot about Deagle.com, and I went through their reasoning for there being such a massive shift in our population from 327 million to 100 million people residing in the U.S. by the year 2025. And in it, they explain that it's going to be to economic turmoil, and most of the people are going to flee this country. But I disagree. I think that's a red herring. I don't believe that. Yes, people are going to flee, but not 270 plus million people. That's not going to happen. There's not a nation on this planet or nations that would be willing to take in all these Americans, these spoiled, entitled, idiotic Americans. Think about that for a minute. What would cause people to fucking flee in such numbers? Could it be the idea that the government's going to turn on us and enslave us in a very real, direct way? Could it be that they're going to use those 30,000 guillotines on us? I think that's probably the more reasonable answer. I think it's probably the most probable answer. And by the way, the shooter last night is a veteran. He's a veteran. What would cause a person who took an oath to protect the Constitution of the United States, and therefore the people in it, to go on such a rampage, if it even happened? What would it be? Could it be that once you're out of the military, you're treated like utter shit? Could it be that? I see this personally firsthand. My grandpa is a veteran from Vietnam, and he gets treated pretty fucking badly by the VA. I have to tell you. But he's still one of them brainwashed sheeple that thinks that the VA is doing him good, and his service was worth the treatment he gets now. I know what I'm saying is not popular. That's why I say it. And this video may end up getting me banned from YouTube. I don't fucking care. I don't care. There's other platforms. There's another channel. Why would I care what YouTube, Google thinks of me? I don't. I don't give a fuck. They don't pay me. And for that matter, neither do my subscribers. So I don't care what anyone thinks. If you don't like what I say, you have the option of turning the fucking video off. But I am really sincerely trying to tell you the truth here. The documents all say this is where we're going. All of them. The Internment and Resettlement Manual. The documents are just never ending. There's fucking miles of documents telling you exactly what they're going to do to you. And yet you keep proudly announcing how law-abiding you are, when the people you vote for are all fucking felons in some way or another. I'm not ashamed to be a felon. I'm not. It was over weed. It was over weed. And by the way, 3 more states, I think it was 3, legalized that shit. And then there's a rumor going around that perhaps Donald Trump is going to be legalizing it too. I wonder how them convictions are going to sit then. Will I still be considered a criminal? Probably. You know why? Because I'm not a law-abiding citizen. I'm a person who thinks for myself. I'm a person who decides what is right and wrong for myself. I do not need the police, the government, or anyone else, preachers, telling me what is right and wrong. Here's my understanding of right and wrong. If you're not hurting another person, you're not doing anything wrong. If you are hurting another person or people, you are. So I'm not the criminal, but the government is, because I don't hurt anyone and they do. And I've been so sincere ever since I've started this channel. I have been. I've been honest, sincere, and loving, honestly, which is not one of my strong characteristics. I'm not a loving-go-lucky person. I am, by nature, an asshole. I am, by nature, rough around the edges. But I am also, by nature, honest. Unlike most of you people out there, most of you conservatives, most of you liberals, most of you political sycophants, none of you are honest. You're all fucking liars. You lie for your party. You lie for your ideologies. And I don't even have them. I don't even have an ideology. I just see things for what they are. And I sincerely pray every day that all of this comes crashing down around you, you law-abiding, and you recognize what happened for what it was. It was all planned out. Anyway, I thought I would do a little bit of a rant video here. I hope everyone has a good day. If you agree with me, how about giving me a subscribe, a thumbs up, and my PayPal link is below. Till next time, kill the state before the state kills you.